me, everyone. Neve here with the Rainbow Cauldron, and this is your weekly general reading for June 17th through the 23rd, 2018. I was forgetting the dates. And again, we have this odd angle here, not my usual angle for doing tarot readings. Last time it was because I was working on a Book of Shadows cover for a customer, and I have finished that. So I'm going to leave a card pop-up to that video. It's on my Arts and Crafts channel, so go check it out if you're interested. Yeah, and this time though, I was working on a painting, so I don't want to disturb that right now. So again, I'm going to have this angle at my computer desk here. So I hope you don't mind, but there you go. All right, so this month I am using the Druid Animal Oracle deck and the Golden Universal Tarot. It's hard to see in this lighting because I do have an overhead light here, and this is quite a shiny deck, but yes. So if you're new here, what I do is I draw one card from an oracle deck, and that will represent the general theme of the week, something to think about. And then I will draw 3 cards from a tarot deck, which will represent the general flow of energy throughout the week. All right, let's get started. All right, so the oracle card is the Air Dragon. Wow. All right. So, if I know my air element well, this will probably have to do with some sort of intelligence or kind of clarity, general clarity, but I am going to read the what it says here in the book. So let's find the Air Dragon. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's the keywords here. Let me just go ahead and put this right here. The keywords are inspiration, insight, vitality. All right, so inspiration, and insight, that's definitely what I would think when I think of the air element. Vitality, sure. I would feel like any dragon card would symbolize vitality, though. I'm sure there's different meanings for the other dragon cards, but vitality seems like a very dragon-oriented word. All right, so here's what the meaning says. It says, coming into contact with a dragger can be as a bolt of lightning to the psyche and intellect, and as such must be treated with care and considerable respect, sometimes manifesting as sudden flashes of illumination. The Air Dragon brings insight and clarity to your thought and imagination. As conveyor of numinous power, the Air Dragon can be seen as a symbol of visitation, for he is a messenger of the sky god. Okay, so yeah, inspiration, insight, and like I said before, clarity. It's like when it said sudden flashes, it makes me think sudden news, just like boom, here it is, and it's almost like having an epiphany. It's yeah, that's kind of the perfect explanation to me. It's like an epiphany. It's something, a sudden, like, oh, right, that exactly that, you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's the general theme this week. Let's see what the tarot cards say for the flow of energy. So the first card is the 5 of Swords. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles. All right. And then we have, oh, the Devil. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. All right. So, okay. What we've got here. We've got this guy here who, he seems to be victorious. I mean, he's got 3 swords there. There's 2 laying across the floor. Those were the swords of the men that he defeated. He's looking back very cocky, very, full of himself that he has defeated his adversaries. And what I kind of get from this card is kind of a boastful win sort of thing. It's not, it's not good sportsmanship sort of winning. It's like, yes, you won the battle, but you've really alienated yourself. Yes, you're full of yourself. You've got these 3 swords. You've got an abundance of things, but you don't have the people around you. And I think that's a good. It's kind of a good warning. It's like, don't try to win at all costs, because sometimes that can, winning for the sake of winning can alienate you from those around you. And sometimes you may feel right about whatever it is you're doing. You may feel like you're in the right, but you also have to consider, what the correct path isn't always, the right path. You know what I mean? Isn't always the moral path, or isn't always what's going to be best for you in the long run. And here we see kind of the rewards of that win, and I see this all connected sort of to a victory, and maybe a victory that happened at the expense of other people. And here we are. We're enjoying the riches of that win, the material positives of that win. This is a very, very positive card, but in this context, it's almost a negative. Yes, we're really experiencing some great rewards for that win, but we've also sort of separated ourselves from, we've alienated ourselves. And I know this figure usually has a different meaning, but I'm sort of connecting this figure with this man here, where he's just kind of sitting here alone. They're back there enjoying their goods, and he's very much enjoying his goods too, but he's separated from them. He's not with them. And sometimes that's the negatives of winning, especially winning for the sake of winning. Is, yes, we get the rewards of the win, but we don't always get the emotional support that we need. And if we treat it as winning at all costs, we kind of alienate ourselves from those closest to us. And here's that card. The devil represents temptation and abuses of power. So here we've won. Possibly at the expense of others. We're experiencing the rewards of that, but also feeling a bit alienated. And here is a real advice to not abuse that power, to not abuse that win, because we can, it's a temptation, really, to abuse that power, to be selfish with it, and to not think about those around us, to not think about the feelings of others, and instead, basking in our own win. And that is, and I'm coming back to the air dragon here, because at first I'm like, how is this connecting? How is this sudden insight, this sudden clarity connecting to this story here? And I think this is the other part of what the book said, how this is a messenger of the sky god, and I think this is a message of clarity. And this is the air dragon here is snapping us back into reality and making us look at this situation from the outside, and not just from our own selfish desires, but considering the other people involved. Because the other people, there's 3 main characters here, and these are all potential aspects of the same person. And there's other people in these cards, but they're all separated or subjugated to the main character. They're off experiencing their riches away from us, so there's that alienation there. So it's not, this is there's nothing really connecting people in this reading here, and the air dragon here is here to give us that snap of realization. And yeah, so that's the advice this week. Don't just it's great to win things, and it's great to win arguments, it's great to win cases or whatever, but we also have to think about what's best for people around us. And even though we may be right, even though we may win that argument, that whatever, it's not always the right thing to do. And when we do win, be careful not to abuse our power, to abuse our win. All right. Well, that's the reading for this week. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next week. Later. Blessed be. And see you guys later. Bye-bye.